Hello everyone. I hope my video finds you very well, very active and very happy. In video number 8 in the series of internal auditing, we introduced the COSO frameworks and definition of internal controls and effective internal control system and the relationships between risks and controls. Today in video number 9, we're going to talk about COSO internal control framework, control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, and monitoring. Let's start with the COSO internal control framework. COSO framework is a system applied to establish internal control system to be integrated into the business operations. The internal controls provide reasonable assurance that organization is running the business effectively and efficiently and in accordance with established industry standards. The internal control is designed to provide reasonable assurance regarding achievement of objectives, effectiveness and efficiency of operation, reliability of financial reporting, compliance with applicable laws and regulation. And as you see in this cube, you have number of components of the internal control framework: control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, and monitoring. You can apply all of these components to achieve these objectives as you see: operation, financial reporting, and compliance. All of this system or all of this framework, you can apply it on the firm as a whole, or you can apply it on units, different units of the firm, unit A, unit B, unit C, or activities, activity 1, activity 2, like that. Let's start with the first component of internal control system, control environment. The control environment is to make sure that all business processes are based on the applicable rules and regulations, and the business is running in compliance with industry standard practices, or sometimes we can say standard operating procedures, the SOPs. The control environment will help to make sure that your controls are operating effectively and efficiently to achieve the business objectives. Control environment components, we have number of components for the control environment: integrity and ethical values, commitment to competence, human resource policies and procedures, assignment of authority and responsibility, management philosophy and operating style, board of directors and audit committee, and organizational structure. Risk assessment, second component. Risk assessment is the second component of the internal control framework. Answering of this question is very important to understand the risk assessment. How does your organization assess risks in order to identify the things that threaten the achievement of their objectives? Company-wide objectives to ensure that all members are working toward the same goals. Process level objectives, it documents the integrated processes that organizations will maintain to achieve its goals. Risk identification and analysis. During the risk identification phase, all possible risks are listed as scenarios. Risks are identified, analyzed, categorized according to the priority, and then create the correction actions or correction plans, including the proper control points to fill the gaps and mitigating the risks. Managing change. The board of directors and the senior management or top management play important role here to force all concerned units to execute and carry out the required correction plans to mitigate the risks. Control activities. Control activities are policies and procedures that help ensure management directives are carried out. They include a range of activities such as approvals, authorizations, verifications, reconciliations, reviews of operating performance, security of assets, and segregation of duties. Examples of control activities: policies, procedures, manual, frameworks, methodologies, security, applications and network, application change management, business continuity and backups, and lastly, outsourcing. Information and communication, quality of information is a measure of the value which the information provides to the users of the information. Effectiveness of communication is essential to creating and mitigating both constructive control environment and effectiveness of the organization's control activities. To be useful, communication must flow throughout the organization, downward, across, and upward the firm. Last component in control, in the internal control system, monitoring. We have different types of monitoring. Ongoing monitoring involves assessing the design and operating effectiveness of the controls regularly in accordance with the monitoring plan. Also determining whether any actions need to be taken to address the weaknesses. Separate evaluations refer to periodic checks that are not built into the routine operation of the organization. Separate evaluations occur when varying frequencies depending on management's judgment of risks. Reporting deficiencies. If management identifies a significant deficiency, they should inform the appropriate level of management to take required actions to mitigate the risks. Here we finish this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you and bye-bye.